welcome to the next episode
Hey.
of BlessedPod.
Hello.
Woo.
In the studio.
What? So today we're gonna talk about some previous episodes.
Bit of reflection.
Yeah,
Bit of
reflection.
reflection.
So it's just us two today. Yours truly.
Just the 1-2 punch, the duo, the duet.
All right, so we're just gonna go through each episode and just kind of talk about like kind of what we learned,
We're
or
sharing our thoughts. And
like sharing our
prayers.
thoughts, like the how they influenced like us, and what we've learned so far. So we're gonna start off with number 1. So BlessedPod episode 1 was Nick and No Excuses. So
my mate Nick.
good old Nick. That one we actually didn't record, so you wouldn't be able to see much videos on social.
Oh yeah.
But that was when we first started off, and I think it was good to start off with Nick because
Come a long way since then. But that was pretty good for our very first one.
Yeah.
Got some good feedback, obviously, from that. Always learning from that guy. Learn a lot more about his story, obviously, but I mean, that guy's grinding away. And it's funny because he now works with me. So he works with me now. He's part of my team. He's doing really, really well.
He is.
And it was just fun. I think after we hung out, I was like, oh yeah, you keen to keen for a role? And then I don't know, one thing led to another, and they ended up hiring him. So I'm really happy that we've gotten a lot closer now because we met so long ago. But for that episode, just learning heaps more about him, and seeing him, talking to him almost every day at work. It feels like nothing's changed. Feels like the old days. But I mean, that guy's just full of wisdom and stuff like that.
He always learning and all that.
Always learning. I mean, he doesn't.
And he applies what he learns as well.
For sure.
He will walk the
definitely good
walk
listen.
The talk. I don't know what that's what it is.
He did whatever. He's taking action.
That saying.
But if you haven't listened to it, definitely give it a listen. Like, it's still give everything a listen.
He has influenced us in a very positive way, and I think one of the closest people that is a hard worker and will give you advice, but also take on his advice as well. So definitely the very first episode was actually quite good. And our next episode was with Simeon. So Simeon doesn't like motorbikes. BlessedPod up 2. So that story of him, that whole motorbike incident, that was I didn't even know. So I was very shocked.
Well, how did you get it?
I was just like, what?
The whole thing, but that moment when he told us that.
I was just shocked.
Yeah, I know we weren't expecting that. Even during that episode, I forgot that happened to him.
Yeah.
So it was one of those things where it kind of shocked me again. It took me back to that time because that guy could have.
Yeah.
He might could have not been here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's my neighbor. We talk pretty often still. He's one of those guys as well. Good guy. Hoping to have him back on, obviously. Full of knowledge. He's got
questions. I like that guy.
He's very inquisitive.
He's very,
very inquisitive guy.
For sure.
But
makes you think.
Makes me think. Makes me rethink myself and my decisions in life. I mean, he's just one of those guys.
He definitely
but it's good to
is.
have one of those guys around for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there anything else that you took away from that one?
I think his hard work. Again, he's another true hard worker.
Blue collar.
The fact that he was working at Domino's for how long and doing juggling
Worked
everything else.
Yeah.
I think that's very inspiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hustle.
Yeah, for sure.
Our third one was with Eliza. So Eliza is grateful. BlessedPod up 3. Definitely.
That was I think one of our ones that pulled at the heartstrings. Is that the right word? Yeah, I don't know. But that one when I heard it, because I didn't know what happened, so it was very new to me, that story. And then she was telling it, and I'm like, bro, wasn't expecting that. And then just going into it a bit, further, she obviously told her, who's obviously helped her, her support network and stuff like that, and obviously her road to recovery, but just her perspective now and outlook on life, and what opportunities she's now taking full advantage of. So really good to hear that side. And I mean, like, I'm
very grateful that she was able to share that. With
it takes a lot of you got to be really really comfortable about it, and she's really awesome about that. So that
was good with like perspective. It was a good, very like perspective episode. Like seeing life differently. The fact that like you have like a health condition that makes you different from like a lot of people that are our age, and we kind of take our health for granted. So like to hear her story was definitely like eye-opening.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Yeah.
Shout out Liza.
Shout out. And our fourth one is RJ. RJ is a pioneer, BlessedPod at 4.
Oh, that guy.
So again,
I could go on and on about that guy, but that one in a nutshell was really, really, really valuable. If you haven't listened to it, it was just a lot more about taking ownership, making decisions, taking action and stuff like that. It was really, really important because he's got some very good insights into what life is like, trying to take action almost every day, and being and leading by example, more importantly. But a lot of the topics that we touched on, I don't want to talk too much about it right now, but if you haven't listened to it, definitely worthwhile, especially for the guys out there. But
like it was a good like starter. It wasn't because he's got a lot more to
say.
Man,
he's full of it. So full of it in a good way.
In a good way. Clarify.
Yeah, he's full of it in a good way, but I love you.
Next one was Christy is an artist, so good old Christy.
Oh, yeah.
Episode number 5. So she was the
so good
hairdresser or hairstylist. And it's very interesting because I was talking to a few people and they gave us feedback on that, and they were saying like, oh, I didn't know about that part of hair, and like some shocks came in as well.
I mean, a lot of banter.
Very informative.
I think from memory, a lot of banter on that time. It was good learning, obviously, because I've got zero insights into what that area, sort of entails. But it was good to hear her story. I guess one of those stories that, even if you don't go through what the normal sort of route is for a person, you could still find success, and she's loving what she's doing. Kudos to her. And I'm sure we'll have her on again soon, as like an update. How you going? What's been happening lately? But she's cool.
The next one was our podcast, so relationships with Jono. That was a very interesting one. That was
Simeon on that one, bro.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
All Simeon.
Shout out, all Simeon on that one. He came up with pretty much all the questions. But I mean, how did you feel about it? I mean, I'm always feeling some type of way. What are you feeling?
That was like I
forgot we did that one.
to be honest. Like we've kind of forgot the origins, kind of like the origin story. It wasn't clear. It was
very vague.
Trying to remember.
And then we're trying to.
We're very like focused on like the present and the future that we kind of forget. Like, okay, this is
a lot of moments,
what happened.
A lot of funny moments.
So,
I remember a lot of funny moments.
Some laughing.
A lot of those
deep
questions
thinking.
that I'm just like, Simeon, I'm not like. This is the thing. I knew he was going to answer some questions there. That was a bit, but I was just like, nah, fuck it. Let's just put it out there. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But it was, I couldn't have asked for another guy to do it. Like he did a spot on job. I mean,
definitely stays true to what we said about Simeon in the beginning.
It was very funny.
Very much questioning type of person.
Funny, inquisitive.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of value in there as well.
Kind of why we started.
Why?
And all that.
Why?
Future.
A lot of what?
Past, present, future type thing. Yeah.
All that.
Next one is Giselle and innovating healthcare. So I think that one, Jono was very much asking a lot of questions.
If there's a video, if we can put out the video on that one, you just see me mouth shut, like eyes wide open, ears, listening. I was just so, I was just really, really sort of engaged with the whole thing because I had questions, I had thoughts. Like she's got, what she's doing.
She's on her way to being like a doctor.
Yeah, and it was just one of those moments where, like, I'm just absorbing everything in. Like I don't know anything. This is mad.
Yeah.
And she just got. I mean, I'd love to have her on again, like just to pick at her brain. Obviously, with the whole COVID thing. Hey, what's happened with you? Like, what happened? Like, what have you heard from someone that's on that side of the fence and stuff like that? Yeah, she's cool. She's cool.
Yeah.
Learn heaps about that one.
Love her. Love them all. The next one is episode 8. So Annie and Restoring Balance.
Oh,
so
yeah.
another one.
Shout out Annie, bro. Fuck. Yeah, no, that was first of all, she's like a party pack, bro. She's just full of like excitement and very spirited
Joy.
Personality, I would say. Is like,
personality.
She's just like, like she's, you know what I mean? She's like all the herbs and spices at a KFC sort of, you know what I mean? She's like all that. You're just surprised that taste, you know what I mean? Like chicken tastes so good. It's like her personality is just like full on, which is really good. But I couldn't have enjoyed her stories. She shared a lot of stories there. She obviously, where she works, her sort of pathway. And she's helping out a lot with us for the podcast. So, I mean, shout out to her. But definitely, she's
definitely helping out a lot.
For sure.
Next one was COVID-19 plus the recession, episode 9. So that one was with RJ. It was another like special ep.
Yeah.
That we did with RJ.
Yeah,
the first
was
return guest.
It was us sort of, it was our initial sort of response and reaction to what's happening. Some people have lost their jobs. I think we haven't even gotten into like a full stage of lockdown yet or something. I think it was still working its way up to it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And we all started kind of working from home and all of that, and just getting each other's sort of input and how and what we're experiencing at home now. And now I think we're almost 2 months in, and I think now, restrictions are starting to lift up. So, I mean, it was good because we were talking about, I think we kind of touched on conspiracies. I don't know, did we? But from memory, it was just a long one on what our processes are, what we're doing from home, and how we're sort of keeping up, keeping the vibe up and the spirit up, despite, not being able to see your friends.
I think it was a good episode for just like working from home type of tips and all that stuff. So that was good in that regard as well. Next one was episode 10, Steez and Hitting Rock Bottom. That one, I think, I had a lot of engagement in terms of what I've checked.
What do you mean by that?
People listening in to that one.
His
story is definitely like different.
Yeah, it's definitely a full-on one.
Everyone
but it was
that we've
good for him
spoken
to share it, obviously.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that one was really just because I feel like anyone that listened to that could have related at some point, because anyone obviously could have found themselves in that position as well. Like it's sort of one of those things where anyone can find themselves into it, and it's like you realize that you're not even in that sort of situation until you have everything's so affected. All your mates are sort of hey, you okay type shit. It was generally a very funny episode.
Oh yeah.
So it was more,
had some humor in there.
It was more fun than,
but definitely a lot of lessons.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, really like that one.
Ep 9, right?
That was 10.
Ep 10, yeah.
And then episode 11 was John and Inner Beast Clothing.
Oh.
So that one was like definitely a lot to learn from there.
Oh man, if you want to
start, from the man himself that started Inner Beast. So
if you want to start a business, and you know who you are if you're listening to this. If you're looking to start something, listen to that. Just there's so much good shit in there. You know, feel free to reach out to us as well, because we're all about sort of not helping people. I'd like to, and just hearing ideas, you know, hey, this is how we can help each other and stuff like that. But I mean, that guy, he's been through everything, like imaginable, if you're looking to start something like a business online, especially. So he knows the ins and outs. He had to learn everything, you know, himself. You know, wear literally all the hats: marketing, accounting, finance, you know, all the legal stuff as well. Sales, obviously. Just literally had to do everything. Even the technical side, he had to learn coding and stuff. Like, I mean, you have to be
like before the
full on. Like, you have to be
like
in
the
it.
building websites.
Yeah.
What is it? Platforms that came out now recently.
Yeah. So yeah, man, that's like, if you want to start a business, bro, suss that out, bro.
That one,
Yeah,
definitely be like business oriented.
yeah.
One of the
I mean,
episodes,
I worked with him like at Innobeast, so I know, you know, the level of discipline he has, the high IQ, the acumen. Like, this guy grew up in the area, you know, Mount Druitt boy. Like, I think we're all from there. We can all sort of relate. So everything that he sort of, you know, grew up, you know, sort of come face to face with as well in terms of challenges. Like, we've all like, it's just a testament to, like, doesn't matter who the fuck you are, like whatever your background is, like what shit you've gone through, you can still fucking kill it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And he's a product of not going to uni. So
next one, last two. So Jason and touring with Post Malone, episode 12. So that one was
I'm
very.
talking a lot, babe. Sorry. Yeah.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
I think that one was
He's
very.
a good guy.
Yeah,
he's such a good guy.
It was interesting because that was like the first time we met him and then spoke
First
to
time
him.
I met him.
And
it was a first for everyone.
Yeah, so
it was so good.
Yeah, it was good, kind of different from everyone else because like we know
yeah.
everyone that we've interviewed, spoken to before.
Yeah.
So he's one of the first that, like, you know, true first guest that we haven't spoken to.
Shout out cousin.
So
she made that connect. But
Zee.
that guy is like, it was good meeting him. Obviously, obviously hearing his story. Another bloke from the area, you know, hard worker. Just knew what he wanted to do from day dot, and just stayed, you know, dedicated and on his course. Like, he didn't, you know, flail around or anything like that. And for a smart guy his age, like, he's younger than me. I'm looking at his story, bro.
Yeah,
you've done really, really well.
Exactly.
And I think that's just a testament to staying true. Like, you stay on your course, like stay dedicated, make the sacrifices. Because I think from memory, all he did was like work. He'd go to school, do work outside of school hours, but also work Maccas, and then he'll do like photography or cinematography outside on, like, for weddings and stuff like that. This guy was on it, man.
Another
hustler. Love these, yeah.
And our
from
last
the area
one,
too. Yeah.
Our last one is JP and hustling during isolation, episode 12. So that's the last ones before this episode comes out.
Yeah. I mean, that guy grew up with him, you know. Have you ever listened to it? Yeah, he grew up with him. He's my brother. But like, just no, and that was just like like you said, like, it was one of those intro ones. Like, he'll be back on again, you know, definitely in the future, because he's dropping an EP very soon. I've heard, you know, teasers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Look, I'm really
looking
proud of him.
forward to it.
I'm proud of him. Looking forward to it. I mean, if you're a musician, like, I'd love to get your insight and make that connect. Like, just picking at people's brains, because you and I, obviously, you know, we like our music, and we're very sort of broad in terms of our interests as well. So just picking people's brains and just hearing his story as well, and the challenges that he's, you know, gone through to get here. Yeah. Like, far out, man. Like, everyone, it's good hearing because it humbles you, because it's like everyone, like, you might think that your situation is, you've got it bad, but like, bro, like, everyone's like battling their own demons, you know what I mean? So again, like, much like all of our guests, you know, ourselves included, we're all trying to, you know, come together and connect, just because we all know it's so hard, and just keeping people accountable, keeping people, you know, up there, you know, keeping the energy levels boosted and, you know,
Yeah,
doing our part as well.
for sure.
But yeah, that was a good one. That was a good episode.
It was.
She's my brother, bro. Fuck. It's not to love, bro.
So I think I wanted to just say thank you to all our guests. I also want to say thank you to everyone that's listened so far.
This was just a thank you ep. A
Yeah.
nice little recap, an ode to the people that we've obviously had on as guests.
Mhm.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for all of our listeners.
And our attentive listeners.
Yeah. I mean, like, love to hear obviously your feedback continually. Hope everyone's doing well during the tough times that we're all going through at the moment. I'm sure.
Weird times.
I'm
weird,
sure,
weird,
and we're
weird
joking
times.
about it. I'm sure everyone's gonna, you know, celebrate their birthdays a lot later and do like.
Yeah, I was
Maybe
saying
joint
like in
birthdays and
September
stuff.
because my birthday is in September. I think everyone will
Everyone
have
just
their
tee
birthday
it up.
combined, man.
Everyone just wait. Is that when we're all supposed to? Is that when we're all supposed to go? All like the restrictions.
they
like,
kind of
they're trying
hope.
to
I
aim
think it
towards
was
there.
it June or July?
Right.
Like
Well, I
something
hope-
towards the end of
yeah.
one of the months.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, but
But
yeah, I
who
hope
knows?
everyone's crushing it. I hope everyone's sort of picked up a hobby during these times and started executing. You know, everyone's got hopes and dreams, and
Mhm.
we're here to support you and shit. Hopefully, the guests that you've listened to, on our podcast have sort of inspired or like have sort of given you that light bulb moment or triggered something. So yeah, appreciate you
Definitely,
guys.
yeah. Keep messaging us like what you guys take away because we love hearing that feedback. And yeah, support us
helps us.
on.
Yeah, it just helps us know that we're doing the right thing here.
Yeah, exactly. We're on the right track here.
Yeah.
Support us on Instagram, Facebook. We've
We're
got
still trying to come out with those
YouTube.
teas, maybe some mugs. I know, like this COVID thing. Trust me, but yeah, it's coming out soon. Hopefully,
we
We're
try
working
to,
on it.
still trying to work on it, making sure we stick to the goals. So,
long story short, we love you all.
yeah.
And we hope you're doing well.
Thank
Otherwise, we're
you.
signing off. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.